Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Sharon. I create content around my passion for the science of beauty and wellness. So make sure to check out my website. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. And you can sign up to my newsletter to get all of my latest posts sent to your mailbox. Now, in today's video, I will be reviewing this Blue Magic hair grease. If you've been following me on YouTube here or on my Instagram, then you know I've been using it for the past couple of months and I promised you all a detailed review. So let's get right into it. There'll be timestamps in the description box down below. Let's address why it has a bad rep in the natural hair community to begin with. So hair grease is probably, it may or may not be a fun part of your childhood memories. So it's something that's been used for years on our hair. Actually, the last time I used hair grease was probably well over 10 years ago. And my favorite brand was the Indian hemp brand. It was very soothing and I liked the scent of it and the feeling that I got on my hair, on my scalp when it was applied. So there are different variations of hair grease. So there's that, the Indian hemp, Dax, and Blue Magic is one of the more popular ones as well. So there are different brands. Even locally, you can find Mikala. The brand Mikala has hair food as well, and I think Miadi has one. I know Miadi is not a Kenyan brand, but yeah, so you can find it in different brands, and what unifies them is the ingredient called petroleum. So petroleum comes in mineral oil form or petrolatum, and the thing about this ingredient is it acts as an occlusive, and it's found in both hair products and skincare products. And so what this means is it forms like a protective barrier on the skin or on the hair. And so this can be a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing if your hair is well moisturized because it locks that moisture in and retains it, but it's a bad thing if your hair is super dry because first of all, it's just sealing that dryness in, and it makes it harder for moisture to penetrate the hair strands. Another issue that people have with grease is it is a heavy product, and if you use too much of it, which tends to be what happens, especially if it's applied for you, you know, in the salon or by your mom, for example, they will be very, very generous with it. So you get this tacky, greasy feel, and it's quite hard to wash off, and it tends to cause a lot of product buildup. So with the natural hair community starting to use more butters and oils and whipping these things in their houses, you know, the DIY trend, then grease was just put aside. Another issue that people actually have with petroleum in general in all hair and skin formulations is it's a bit controversial because some people believe that it is carcinogenic. I've found contradictory reports on this because the argument that it is not carcinogenic is by the time petroleum is found in your skincare products, it's gone through a lot of distillation, a lot of purification. Petroleum is what is the main ingredient in Vaseline, which has been around for so long. It's not a strong claim that it is carcinogenic, but I'll continue to do my research and then I'll get back to you guys on that. But so far from what I found, it is a safe ingredient, and it is quite hypoallergenic, which makes it an important part of most skincare formulations. So that said, that's why it gets a bad rep. Now, why I decided to start using it again is because I saw a couple of naturalistas had a great experience with it over long-term use, and so I wanted to just experiment for myself and see what the hype is all about. So as I mentioned, I've been using it since March of this year, and how I use it is quite simple. I use it as a sealant. So if you're not sure of like how to moisturize your hair, I do have a detailed video on that. I link it up above. But basically, when it comes to moisturizing your hair, you need two things. You need an actual moisturizer, the one that primarily has water and hydrating products ingredients, that is, and then you need something to lock that moisture in, and that's what we call sealants. So oils and butters fall into this category, and so does grease. So I never use it just on dry hair. I always make sure I moisturize it first. I also never use it on my scalp. I know there are people who like to grease their scalp, but I'm very particular about what goes onto my scalp, and I just decided that this ain't it. So I've used it in many combinations. I've used it in the LCG method, which is like a leave-in or a liquid. Usually my fenugreek water, and then a cream, and then the grease. Sometimes it's just the leave-in and the grease, or the cream and the grease, as long as there's some moisturizer first and then the grease over it. I can't say that there was a particular combination that I liked the best, but I tend to do the LCG method most often, and that's been working fine for me. So the main reason why I decided to test out grease is because of the claim that it helps you to retain moisture significantly longer. Before using hair grease, I would comfortably have moisture in my hair for 4 to 5 days without needing to re-moisturize. Then with grease, I can easily go 7 to 9 days without re-moisturizing my hair, sometimes even longer, if I'm slacking and feeling lazy about it. But I have to mention though that most of the time my hair is in braids or in twists, and when my hair is twisted up, it tends to not lose moisture as fast as if it was open. So that rate of moisture loss might not be the same if I wore my hair out more often, but still that's a significant difference. So if I can comfortably go a week without doing anything, just no touching my hair, no re-moisturizing, then that is a win for me, and I can focus on other things in life. So I'd say that it has made a significant difference. Now, when it comes to re-moisturizing though, I do not reapply grease. So basically, for the past couple of months, I've been washing my hair bi-weekly. So I wash my hair, moisturize it, go a week without re-moisturizing. And when it comes to re-moisturizing, I'll use a liquid, so maybe the fenugreek water again, or my leave-in, and then seal with an oil this time. So I won't reapply the grease. And I've been particular about this because I just didn't want to get the build-up that people complain a lot about when they use grease. And I use a very, very small amount, and so I don't notice too much build-up from it. When it comes to washing it off, this is where the biggest change has happened in my routine. I use a sulfate shampoo on every wash, almost every wash, to be honest. So I don't care about the brand that I use as long as it has sulfates in it, because that's what I found just gets rid of the grease very easily. Though there's a shampoo that I use, the As I Am shampoo, it does not have any sulfates, but it seems to get the grease out. So I've been alternating between that and Mizani, their purifying shampoo. I use that just because it's what's in this house that people use, and it has sulfates in it, but I'm really not particular. And that's what I've been making sure to use to get rid of the grease buildup. Most sulfate-free shampoos do not do a good job with getting rid of the hair grease. So I feel like that's really it when it comes to how to use the hair grease. In terms of the benefits I've noticed, the first is the one I've talked about moisture retention. Another benefit that I've noticed from the hair grease is shine. Now, shine is not something I was necessarily chasing, but if it's something that you care for, obviously you can achieve it with any oil, but grease seems to give quite a shine to the hair. Something else is, as I mentioned, I add extra amounts to my ends, and because of that, I have noticed that they tangle less, so I have less single strand knots and tangling at my ends because of just going in with the grease. Now again, this is something you can probably achieve with an oil or with shea butter, but it seems to be a significant difference with the Blue Magic at the ends of my hair. Another great thing I love about hair grease is it's a very inert product. Like, it does not react or mix badly with any other products in my hair routine. So it combines well with any product I use with it, and that's a big plus when it comes to natural hair products. Another benefit is it's very cheap. Now this tub, I think I got it for 500 bob on Jumia, and that's around the price I've seen it at most supermarkets. So 500 bob for this tub, which is 340 grams, and let me tell you guys, this thing will last a lifetime. Honestly, I can probably use it for the next 4 or 5 years. The only reason I can't is because it expires in 2022, but it can be used for 36 months, like from the time you open it, which is very long. A lot of butters, oils, they do expire faster, so and they are more expensive. So I think this is a pro when it comes to the hair grease. Now this is a pro for me, but I know it might be a con, so I'll list it in both sides. So another pro is it weighs my hair down. So for me, this is great because I like to keep my hair stretched. I like for my hair to hang lower because that tends to reduce the tangling for me, and it just keeps my hair weighed down, which is something I like. But now when I consider it a con, if you have finer textured hair, then grease might not be your friend. Actually, many heavy butters are not favored by people with finer hair. They prefer like lighter oils, maybe your grapeseed oil or olive oil or sweet almond oil. So I know that it might not be something that everyone likes, but for me, it's something that I like. Now, other cons about grease is it's greasy, but this, as I mentioned, is only if you're heavy-handed with it, and for me, I use it sparingly, so I've not really experienced that problem. Another con, which is probably why many people don't use it, is if you're anti-sulfates, like if you do not like using sulfate-based shampoos because you find them stripping on your hair, then you should probably be anti-grease because the two kind of go together. Lastly, when it comes to the cons, another ingredient in this particular product and brand is it has fragrance. It has limonene, linalool. I hope I'm pronouncing them correctly. Yeah, but it has some fragrances and preservatives that some people are allergic to. So again, if you have a sensitive scalp or just sensitive hair, then you might want to avoid this product if you are sensitive to those particular ingredients. Other than that, it's quite an impressive product. Actually, like if you take a look at the ingredients of this particular brand, it has castor oil, beeswax, shea butter, safflower seed oil, coconut extract, aloe extract, clove flower extract. It even has henna in here. Like, it is quite a rich combination of ingredients at such an affordable price. So it is quite impressive, actually. Would I recommend it? I would say yes and no. If you're curious about it, open to using sulfates in your hair care routine, go ahead and use it. But if that's not something you're into, then you probably want to avoid it. But what I will be doing to decide whether I'll keep it in my hair routine or not is now for the next 3 months, I will be using shea butter or a whipped butter foam as my sealant. And I will just pay attention to whether that can comfortably substitute grease. It will also allow me to not use sulfates every wash day because though the grease is not a problem, I noticed my scalp has gotten drier, and that's probably because of using sulfates. So I want to see if just switching to shea butter might give me the same benefits without the dryness from the sulfates. And yeah, so I'll get back to you on that. But overall, I would say just give it a shot. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you used grease in your hair routine recently? Which one are you using? How do you use it? Do you apply it on your scalp? Did you like it? Do you avoid it? I mean, everything about your experience with hair grease. So I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember that your hair is your crown and your body is a temple. Embrace it, love it, and take care of it. God bless you all. Bye.